Hi, this is the second in a series of in a series of two videos on how to make an etching and make the plate, and this one is about how to ink and print said plate. And we pretty much accomplished that during the course of this video, and a few things otherwise. I'm Scott Wilson, and I'm the Vice President of the Kingston School of Art, and a big thank you goes out to them because we use their studio, and that's their presses. And if you're at all in the Kingston area and interested in printing, it is a great facility that is...
Okay, so we are going to be using oil-based inks for this. In fact, the future is probably in far less chemically hazardous inks. But this is a very traditional way to go, and so I'm kind of going that way on this project a little bit. We will be using an ochre yellow, and we will be using portmanteau black, because each of these prints is actually going to involve the inking up of two plates. One is the Atheist one we made, and the other is Loud, that was part of Loud, Bold, Passionately Atheist, which was a print that really didn't work out. Well, I don't suppose there's any other way of saying. So, this is how you do a plate. I'm taking the ink and I'm rubbing it in. Now this plate is, well, it's all etching, but it has quite a lot of aquating, which means that the background won't be white, it'll be an off yellow. Cover the entire plate with the ink. Scrape as much off as possible. There's still be tons too much on there. But how much you scrub off. Okay, this to start off with, or this one, which is less new, and you use it in a swirling motion so that you work the ink into all the grooves that are on the plate. Taking off just the surface thing. Now, because this is aquatint, there's going to be very little that has none. Loud, the first little word in the middle, should have close to none, but even it, I believe, had some on it. And then to finish off the process, you get this, and yellow pages are best, so you get a couple of pages of yellow pages, and rub off the surface. Now, it depends on how much you rub off, but you have to get a significant amount out. You'd be surprised, there's a lot of ink still on there. That seems to be discoloring a bit. Okay, so that's our yellow plate done. Now the other plate that we're going to be doing is the Atheist that we made up. Extra, 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 extra thick. I'm going to go in here and get a tube of thinner that you can sort of add to the ink. Very little goes a long way, and sort of resuscitate it after a fashion so that it's normally knee deep, but for the sake of my public, I'm trying to appear more confident than I feel. Okay, and you're doing the same thing too. You should notice that there's a lot more shiny to tell me that we have enough left in the grooves. Okay. It's come up quite shiny. Now, I have to wash my hands out here. And cool. So you get a sheet soaked through. Now the paper has to be wet because the press is literally going to push it into the grooves that the acid has made on Atheist. I hope I've got it clean enough. It may not be quite clean enough. And they're doing it so that it's like this. We may be doing something with it. Okay, I've now got all kinds of crap all over my hands. But nonetheless, I also have my piece of paper. Actually, I have 2 pieces of paper. Good, but never mind. And we are placing it so that there, covering, and then it's a quick run through. Should do it on one way through, but I always go back the other way because I'm like that. And I suppose this is the big reveal of how it will be if it's just yellow and black, and you pull it away, and that is what it's going to look like. I'll bring it over here. You can take a bit of a shot of it. It's actually quite nice in a thing. I think you're putting a red thing there. Yeah, I like it. Loud atheist. Not too loud, not too atheist. So I have this idea for doing some variation in the color on loud, the loud part. And I'd kind of like to make it into a bit of starburst. And I'm hoping ordinary ochre. And what I'm going to do is apply the sepia over an unclean plate. So there's going to be some yellow still left. And I'm just doing the sepia around the edge, like this. I'm going to take a little bit more ochre and go from the inside out with it, smudging it in as much as I remember the name of this stuff, tartan or something like that. I'm going to be rubbing out from the center where there was only yellow. Okay, so this is going to be our loud. It'll be different from the last one. And loud comes out in more places. Okay. There. And atheist. And it's become more of a brown tinted yellow. Brown tinted yellow. It's not bad. I think I actually prefer the yellow, but I'm going to do 2 of these because I have a plan for doing other things with it. And these will be my test case. By the end of it, I will know exactly what combination I'm going to use for this time. I am going to start by putting in the yellow, very butterscotchy right at the moment. A little food reference. I feel this will come out very brown again, looking that way. Oh, I haven't even cleaned this yet, so I should. Discreetly Atheist. Discreetly Atheist was the first in the series of Out Atheism prints. And this is, well, the latest generation. But Discreetly Atheist and Loud Atheist make a nice balanced pair of ideas, two sides of a coin. So, well, I think both stand as a piece in their own right, balanced off one another. It sort of heightens the argument of ideas that is going on in the two pieces. Just yellow. It's actually turned out quite nicely. There's a little bit of black in there, but I think it's because it migrated from the ink. If I'm doing them for real, I'm going to have to separate the inking tables a bit more. So the yellow one's quite nice. And then I told you we were doing them with sepia and yellow. And this is one of them. And I'm not at all as well pleased. Doesn't shriek out atheist, and I didn't get that effect of an explosion that I've been hoping for. There's something nice and dark and woody about it, but I don't think for this particular print. So I think we're going to be going with the yellow and black, and a little bit later I will show you what I mean by the 3 circles. There may be 1 circle. We'll try them on all of them and see how that goes.
Hi, so this is the goodbye portion of the video. And over top of me, or in this space, will be appearing the image of the final print. You'll see that there are 3 red dots that are the atheist symbol, and they were done with an ink pad and homemade lino cut stamp. So printing legitimate anyway. At this point, I'm also going to remind you that I am a commercial. I'm doing this to make money for a number of reasons, and I urge you to visit my website, which is www.printsforthegodless.com. And thank you for any attention this gets. Hope you enjoyed it.